Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
What up, now?
I'm your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and tonight we're here to triple team Prospero.
Cool.
I was not prepared for
Wow.
God damn, Scribe.
I don't want to be around these two.
Oh, okay. That's
Scribbles vomited over it.
That's pretty rude.
And with us tonight is Prospero. Say hello, Prospero.
Hello.
We're here to vomit all over you guys for a couple of hours. And you're the one who did it.
I did it off to the side, not on the audience.
Oh, well, there's
Jesus.
Splash.
I have manners.
There's Splash.
What about a fire hose?
No, but there's still always some splash, man. It doesn't like go in one small. It's not.
I'm not a Gallagher show.
Scribbles, how you doing tonight?
I don't know now. Apparently, I'm like the Shamu of vomiters or something.
Bull.
I didn't say it was all that. I just said there would be some splash.
He's the little girl from Scary Movie.
Or just, Exorcist. I'm okay. My back is better than it was yesterday. Well, last night was absolute agony trying to get to sleep for whatever reason. I don't know what I did to myself, but seems to be fading slowly. Other than that, fairly busy day with work and getting my apartment ready for my visit with my mom and my sister tomorrow and all types of stuff. So how are you, Satsu?
Pretty good. I've just kind of been chilling out today. Today has been a very, very chill day, and I've been enjoying it quite thoroughly.
All right, and Prospero, how you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing well, thank you. Getting ready to go to the beach next week, so I'm in a happy place.
Cool. I do want to point out, some people call you Prospero. I call you Prospero. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you like it pronounced. That's how I do names, guys. So don't try to correct me up in this bitch. I will not be corrected, damn it. When it comes to names, I am a Biden supporter. I'm pretty good, Prospero. I slept today. I'm still recovering from this last week, whatever the fuck that was. And hoping I'm on a day and a half of feeling decent. So we're gonna call that a win and move on with life. Muggy Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button and share our stuff because sharing is caring, even with herpes.
Well, I don't know about now.
And there's the splash. Scribbles, what's up in the news tonight?
Someone's Twitter account got hacked, guys.
Oh, this.
So the answer to that is to delete your Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually not from CNN because I didn't see that they had a decent story on it. So I'm actually going from USA Today. C-SPAN says Steve Scully's Twitter account hacked as second presidential debate moderator tweet called biased. C-SPAN said Friday the Twitter account for political editor Steve Scully, who was slated to host the second presidential debate, was hacked after a tweet was posted from Scully's official account in which he appeared to ask for advice from Trump critic Anthony Scaramucci about how to respond to criticism the president had leveled at him.
Real quick, Snubber, thank you. Finally got a MILF on. I approve.
Oh, dear.
Quote, Steve Scully did not originate the tweet and believes his account has been hacked, C-SPAN said in a statement. The Commission
Real
on
quick,
President...
this is Kyle over on the Super Chats on the Streamlabs. Thank you. Who says, hello, chat people, LOTN and Prospero. I tried to catch you between sentences.
You failed miserably.
He don't pause.
I know, but I tried.
I paused at paragraphs. If you just waited a second.
Yeah.
Try to catch
I
me
can't see
between
what you're reading. How do I know when the paragraphs are?
I always pause between paragraphs, and I always pause when I see a super chat.
I know, but I knew you didn't see this one. That's why I tried catching you.
So why don't you wait until I was done with the paragraph?
I can't see where your paragraphs are.
Why don't you wait until...
He says he pauses during paragraphs, but I think that only happens in his brain.
You know, you guys want to read the news? Unless you read the news, there won't be any Monkey. You read the news. That way you can interrupt yourself all the time. Don't have to worry about it.
In Scribe, in your defense, I have the same thing happen on Minions. Several people are like, your vocal pauses. I don't know whether it's a comma or a sentence. So I feel your pain.
After 3 some odd years with this duo here, you'd think they'd know.
All right. Everybody in the chat, Scribe's going to continue reading. When you hear the pause, type a 1 in the chat.
Oh, that's going to make sense because they're on a lag. Thanks for that, Satsu. That's going to make a whole lot of sense. Boy, oh boy.
He's got a point.
Yeah, I do. Speaking of pauses.
Thank you, Big Carlo. You are going to get whacked, Ranting Monkey. I didn't do anything this time. I apologize for when I did it.
All right. Proceeding with the paragraph I was already on. The Commission on Presidential Debates has stated publicly that the tweet was not sent by Scully himself and is investigating with the help of authorities.
Midnight in Exile, thank you so much. You hear the paragraphs. If you listen instead of waiting for your turn to talk because you just can't keep a lid on this hot take you got.
Ooh.
It was a donation.
Ooh. He called your donation a hot take.
I heard that.
Now, they don't mention it here, but I've read elsewhere that Steve Scully has deleted his entire Twitter account at this point. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard somewhere else. I thought that'd be mentioned in the story, but I don't know.
This is the 3rd time he's done this.
It is.
Claimed his account was hacked. So is he going by a pseudonym now? I mean, Carlos Danger was taken. So is Pierre Delecto.
I'm not sure. He Scribe, last I saw, he did privatize his account.
Okay.
Whether or not he's actually deleted or not, I'm not sure.
Is he getting his passwords from Spaceballs?
I don't know, but to what Prospero said there. Evolved Potato, thank you. Interrupt Scribe time. You missed it.
Or you could have sat on that until it was relevant, Monkey.
I could have, but that upsets you.
This is from now. That's a concern.
It is. I try very hard. This is 2013, where Scully said that he had been hacked, and this is 2012, where he claimed the same thing. So he has horrible internet security, or he's a lying prick.
Betting the latter.
Were those all times when he said something, like his account said something that he didn't want to own up to? Or did he just like, hey, oh, wow. Well, what a coinky dink.
Yeah.
Odd how that happens, right?
So Esteban Estupido is a good code name for him?
Esteban Estupido.
Because that's dumb as fuck to pull this the 3rd time.
Oh, you never know. Maybe this was the real time. Maybe this was the real time. Let's see. Moving on. How about some Gretchen Whitmer update?
All right.
Oh, please.
Although I don't know if this is actually an update because this might just be a rehash of what we talked about last night. Let's see. But this is CNN's top story right now. Trump's law and order mantra goes missing in wake of domestic terror plot against Democratic governor.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Over the summer, as racial justice demonstrations swept through American cities, President Donald Trump warned he would wield the powers of government to suppress violence. Embracing a law and order mantle, Trump himself announced from the East Room announced from the East Room a surge of federal agents and castigated groups such as Black Lives Matter as cultivating a quote-unquote hate. I'm sure those quote-unquotes were for an actual thing he said, but you don't put quotes around that because it's actually true, too. Quote, my first duty as president is to protect the American people, and today I'm taking action to fulfill that sacred obligation, he declared. A few months later, Trump's only acknowledgement of his government taking down an alleged domestic terrorism plot to kidnap the Democratic governor of Michigan was to wonder why he hadn't been thanked. Well, given the fact that she accused him of being involved in the plot effectively, I can't imagine why.
I still want to know all the times that he's talked about the plots against him.
Well, not only that, but every time Trump has yelled out law and order, he was talking about the utter chaos and shit that was going on in the streets that nobody was doing anything about. You don't need to yell law and order if the people who are in charge of the plot that happened now have all been arrested. Law and order already happened. Why the fuck would you be yelling that?
Yeah,
There's no need to. It already happened. They got arrested. This is the same narrative they push all the time when it's like, well, these people got shot by the police. How come you don't talk about them? And what is their response every time? Well, the person responsible got arrested, so we don't need to talk about it. This is their narrative. If
the plot had been discovered and the authorities involved had said, oh, we'll take a step back, then sure, that makes sense. But yeah, no, the law and order worked here, was used and wielded effectively. Something was stopped before it even started, really. Yeah. So what's there to complain about?
Is this not the president's Justice Department?
Well, let's go into that. How Trump chooses to promote his administration's efforts to enforce quote-unquote law and order follow a clear pattern of political calculation. In instances when the Justice Department finds cases that bolster his claims of fraudulent voting, rampant urban crime, or deep state corruption, Trump is eager to participate. He's likely to reinforce the message about quelling violence on Saturday when he delivers remarks on law and order from a White House balcony to a crowd on the South Lawn. Mm-hmm. But when the government has worked to combat extremist anti-government groups, which even his own FBI says present the most pressing threat to the nation, Trump has at best ignored the efforts and at worst used them to fan the very resentments held by the group's followers.
What?
When?
Wow.
You're going to present some. I mean, I'm willing to be convinced. Who wrote this? Kevin Liptak at CNN. But you say all this and you quoted stuff before, but you're not quoting anything now. Go ahead.
Professor Chaos, thank you. These guys were anarchists and were against Trump as much as Whitmer, but CNN can't admit that. It's against their narrative.
Okay. The situation could only become more fraught as the could. Wait, what do you have this filed under? I'm sorry. This is just politics. Okay, for CNN, politics, analysis, and opinion are the same freaking thing now. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try this again.
Before you do, I have a donation over on the Streamlabs. Sanguine, thank you. You mean the attempted kidnapping by someone that let out numerous screeds about how Trump is a fascist and that the FBI under his administration already stopped? Also, how about the 8+ assassination attempts on Trump, which, if commented on, was just pity?
Okay, the situation could only become more fraught as the election nears and as some extremist groups seek to retaliate against continued lockdown orders. Trump himself has railed against continued restrictions and has pointedly refused to call for post-election calm, even as he makes false claims about a rigged vote. I hate to tell you this, Kevin. Claims about a rigged vote have been going on for the last 4 years and continue with Russia being the key word there. So let's not pretend this is all on one side of the aisle or anything.
In chat, give me a 1 if you think it's liberals who are going to be the problem post-election. Give me a 2 if you think it's conservatives who are going to be the ones they have to worry about post-election.
Well, that is a hilarious narrative considering the fact, because they're talking about all the FBI and other places have said that these groups, the ones not burning down cities, the ones not randomly attacking, they're the most dangerous. But Trump has accosted these other groups that are literally burning cities to the ground. They're not a threat at all. Those guys are fine. The worst threat are the guys who aren't doing those things. Okay.
Former officials and others familiar with the situation say Trump has demonstrated little interest in making efforts to combat domestic terrorism a priority for his. Okay, what do you classify what's been going on this summer, Kevin?
Peaceful protests.
What do you classify people threatening others, killing others, destroying property in the name of a political motivation, Kevin?
Every time Trump has said he'll send in the guard, do something about this bullshit, they call him a fascist. Yeah. So now he's not doing enough to stop his imaginary legion of anarchists, because that's what they're basically saying, that these anarchists in Michigan were somehow or another triggered by what? That tweet that said liberate Michigan, which had fuck all to do with raising arms against the governor. It was just about freeing the state from the onerous lockdown.
Which didn't the state Supreme Court find that they were unconstitutional?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and that's not me defending the anarchist position, just the whole the kind of ridiculous oppression that was being put onto the people in Michigan. Let's see. Did a little interest in making efforts to combat domestic terrorism a priority for his administration, despite warnings from law enforcement officials, members of Congress, and groups that track extremism about the increasing threat of extremist and far-right groups. Hey, Kevin, did these guys get stopped after they committed an act or before? Were they investigated and shut down before they did something terrible or after? Tell me again how there is no interest in making efforts to combat domestic terrorism, Kevin.
It literally was stopped. See, and that's the thing that pisses me off. When we talk about the violence and riots and shit that was going on, we had over 100 straight days nonstop of that shit. And it was just like, we don't see an issue here. And then these people attack somebody who happens to be on their side. And it didn't even happen. It was just planned. And they're like, oh, we're in mortal danger, everyone. We're in mortal danger because of a thing that got stopped before it happened. But
yeah, and the fact that it got stopped before it happened or before it could go any further than just a bunch of guys plotting something together somewhere, doesn't that show that, at least in that instance, the system worked as it was supposed to?
You would think.
Okay, again, why can't you guys focus on things to criticize Trump for that make sense? Why do you have to take the negative space of a non-problem and turn it into something that we're supposed to believe exemplifies a problem when it doesn't?
Because they want to lose again.
Just reading your copy, it makes no sense. Your arguments make no sense. I'm convinced that most people don't even read the stories that CNN or these are, and hell, it's same thing for Fox or anybody else. You actually read some of the stuff they actually write and think about it for 3 seconds, which you have the luxury to do because it's not a video or somebody just talking at you without a pause button. Okay, I'm moving on from this one. This is just nonsense. Nonsense. There are legitimate things to criticize Trump for in his record. This is not one you're going to win on with anybody who's actually reading your own copy, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Like,
Yeah,
there's no argument to be made here.
Why aren't you singing the praises of law enforcement for having stopped this before it happened? You know, you decry people walking through the streets with armed guns to go do a protest somewhere where nothing really happens. But then somebody actually plans on doing something terrible. It gets stopped before it happens. Oh, now it's a bad thing. But then a whole bunch of people go out and burn a city down. Oh, well, you know, it's peaceful protest with some bad actors. Get a grip.
Well, they actually tried to link these guys to the protest at the State House in Michigan, saying they used that as cover to do their planning. They didn't have anything to do with the, hey, Whitmer, knock it off crowd. If they could have used an Ariana Grande concert as cover.
Right.
I mean, what the fuck?
That's actually a brilliant idea. No one would suspect.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Man, that might not have been the best choice.
Couple of donations. Thank you, tall person who says, happy Nautilus night, everyone. Happy Nautilus night to you as well. And over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Sanguine, who says he has riled up post-election animus. So if it was him and not every Democrat saying if Trump wins, the riots will not stop, that they will get worse. And if he wins, I will burn this shit down. Weird that he would be so far and against his reelection all at once. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I asked the question to chat. And some people say, it depends on who wins. Not if you're paying attention.
I got a question. Is the only way to celebrate Nautilus Night to be 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Yeah.
Yar.
I'm not acknowledging that.
It was a literary reference. I'm an
know.
English major. Can I get something? Nothing? Okay. Fine.
Calm down, Nemo. It's okay.
There you go.
All right. Speaking of injustices, either real or imagined, I don't know. Former officer charged in George Floyd's death allowed to leave Minnesota. I think this is a little odd, but I don't know what the circumstances are. The former Minneapolis police officer charged in the death of George Floyd will be allowed to live in a neighboring state due to safety concerns stemming from his involvement in Floyd's death that was caught on video and became part of a rally cry for police brutality around the country. Rally cry for police brutality? I think you might want to check your wordage there. Derek Chauvin posted $1 million bail and was released from custody on Wednesday. He was allowed to leave the state while he awaits trial, according to new bail conditions outlined in court records. As part of the order, he must keep his cell phone on him at all times. He doesn't have a tracking device on him? Okay. His cell phone on him at all? Why not put like a ankle bracelet on him? The Minnesota Department of Corrections has evidence, quote, supporting safety concerns that have arisen, unquote, in his conditional release supervision, according to the amended court order filed Thursday and posted on the Hennepin County Court website Friday. The order did not go into any detail about safety concerns. I think we could probably imagine some.
Yeah.
Chauvin faces charges of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter in Floyd's May 25th death. Then they talk about the protests, etc., that were sparked by it. Okay, A, he's a police officer. B, he's the most hated man in America in a lot of sections. Putting him into Gen Pop, probably not the best idea. I mean, even if he hadn't done anything to George Floyd and was just your regular old police officer put in jail kind of thing, they'd probably still take special considerations because he's a cop. So... But still, the out-of-state thing without ankle bracelet, that's weird.
Well, I was going to, in chat, Demo Man says cell phone is a tracking device. Yeah, but you can put your cell phone down.
Yeah.
He's talking about like an ankle bracelet, something where you can actually track where the person is. Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. Or you can hand your cell phone to somebody else or whatever the hell else. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't think he's going to take off. It's not like if he goes to another country. It's not like Polanski, running to France where there's no extraditionary treaty. Murderer is what he's charged with. They'll send his ass back. So,
well, sure, but again, the out-of-state thing or undisclosed location, I guess sort of. Although I don't see why protective custody wasn't an option. But then he posted bails or whatever. But yeah, the as long as he has a cell phone on, that part is really odd to me. But I don't know what the circumstances are there. So, yeah.
I just said, huh.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to things that are less serious, or at least less political.
Sure.
For a moment. This company says it can make top shelf whiskey in just a few days.
Really?
Which makes no sense to me. I don't know much about, breweries and such, but my understanding of actual fine spirits, it takes some time.
Distilling does take time.
Yes. Let's see. Bespoken Spirits. Oh, fancy. Says it is using science to produce better whiskeys. Now it has several $1 million to prove it can. Shouldn't they have to do that before they get the money?
No. You would think.
The Menlo Park. Oh, well, if it's Edison's backyard, it must be good. California-based startup, which uses a proprietary technology to rapidly produce custom whiskey. Now, that sounds suspicious. Announced on Tuesday that it received $2.6 million in seed funding from semiconductor mogul T.J. Rogers and baseball legend Derek Jeter, both professional alcoholics. Oh, sorry, I actually don't know that. I just say it. Why would you invest $2.6 million to get whiskey really fast? I don't know. The announcement comes as COVID-19 continues to upend the alcohol industry. Yeah, for the better. I mean, geez, the booze is flying off the shelves, isn't it? That's what I hear. Yeah. With bars and restaurants closed or operating at limited capacity. Oh, don't worry. People are still getting their booze. They're just having their own in-house bars. Some analysts predict a double-digit decline in global sales this year. I mean, as a clearinghouse for, I suppose, possibly. A trade spat between the U.S. and the European Union has also depressed whiskey sales. Quote, Bespoken Spirits brings a new era of opportunity to the industry, especially as it has been hit hard by COVID-19. Good God. Don't know what happened there. Said Stu Aaron, a co-founder of Bespoken, in a statement. If you have a depressed market because of COVID-19, how does flooding the market with quickly produced whiskey help the market?
It's not going to help the.
I'm not an economist. I'm not an economist, so maybe I'm missing something here. But
it depends on whether this tastes. Is this whiskey with a EY or whiskey with a Y?
Well, let's see. While most whiskeys mature in oak barrels for at least 5 years, and some for 30 years or more, Bespoken Spirits, founded by Aaron and material scientist Martin Janosek, uses technology that extracts the key elements of the barrel that enhance aroma, color, and taste in a matter of days, according to the company's website. Extracts the key elements. So you're basically making alcoholic perfume?
They found the volatile oils or whatever to make it taste like. I'm guessing
They're squeezing wood.
Bourbon.
Real quick, Sanguine, thank you. Oh, and to Raz Prospero. 'Twas Brillig and the Slithy Toes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Shut up, Sanguine.
Did Gearthin Gimble in the Wabe. I can't read these. All Mimsy were the Borogoves and the Mome Wrath Outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch, the furious Bandersnatch. Or, I think that, Furmius.
Who snatch?
Bandersnatch.
It doesn't help that these are small letters over here.
Blabberwocky.
Whatever. Thank you for the donation.
Let's see. The company says that the technology also enables users to customize different flavor profiles for their whiskeys and avoid a phenomenon called Angel's Share, in which up to 10% of the spirit evaporates from the cask. Bespoken sells this technology as well as a portfolio of custom spirits to consumers. Wait, sells it to... What? So you have like, I don't know, a Mr. Coffee that I just put in my house and make my own whiskey with this thing?
Huh.
Bespoken's new investors have experience in the food and drink industry. Jeter is an investor and brand ambassador for nutritional food company Performance Kitchen. Never heard of it. And Rogers is the owner and winemaker at Clos de la Tech Winery in Santa Cruz, California. Quote, the company's ability to deliver both quality and variety is what really caught my attention and made me want to invest, Rogers said in a press release. In a short period of time, they've already produced an incredible range of top-notch spirits from whiskeys to rum, brandy, and tequila. Aficionados seem to agree. Bespoken won 8 awards at the 2020 San Francisco World Spirits Competition and 10 awards at the American Distillery Institute's 2020 Judging of Craft Spirits. I'm still really wanting to know how they whittle down 30 years to 2 weeks or something.
They're not going to tell you that. It's proprietary.
And is it any good?
I have a feeling this stuff tastes like something approaching whiskey and not actual whiskey.
Yeah.
It sounds awful.
It tastes like those beer margaritas.
Oh God, those are horrible. May I interrupt with a request for a birthday song, please?
No.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Scribe?
Do I look like I'm hosting this nutball? No, it's him. I asked Monkey. I don't know. Hell, I'm getting interrupted all the time. Doesn't matter. I can't wait for a pause in a paragraph. Oh, fuck me.
I was trying to be polite.
I appreciate it, sort of.
Well, you're being polite. I put Grisella's colored in panel on the screen here. Check it out, guys. It looks really cool.
Yay!
Who's the birthday for?
Cree. He's 65 today. He's my better half.
Oh, he gets all the discounts now.
They've actually dropped that number back a little bit, Scribe.
Oh.
Got something to look forward to. 62 frequently is.
Yay!
I know.
Cree, it's your birthday around here. We do this. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
A little late there,
Happy
Prospero.
birthday.
There you go.
Happy birthday,
Cree.
Have some cheap whiskey.
Happy birthday.
Shubab.
Happy birthday, Cree. I hope you had a great one. I really do. All right. That brings us on to the MSS News. Guys, if there's a story you want us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine We can't get to them all, but that's just because I'm not even ready to read them yet.
Or you can keep them to yourself.
Oh.
Wow. Thanks, audience.
That's right.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh.
This one comes to us from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier.
Yay.
And there's an ad on my screen. Attorney for dominatrix says group sex with priest was legal. Pearl River Church's altar is burned.
I read this
Oh,
earlier.
that's right. I saw it. I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reacting to the latest scandal in the local Catholic Church, an outraged New Orleans Archbishop Gregory Amond, I think they say that, said Friday that he had burned the altar where a Pearl River priest was accused of taping himself engaged in group sex with two dominatrices. How do you say
Sure.
it? Dominatrixes?
That
That's
works.
fine. Yeah.
Well, an attorney for the woman blasted authorities' decision to arrest the trio.
Yeah, she did.
In a video message post on the Archdiocese website, Amon called the Reverend Travis Clark demonic and deplorable for hosting the two women for a romp in St. Peter's and Paul's Catholic Church on the night of September 30th.
Oh, he got some romp all right.
He was just engaged in very vigorous penance.
Penance.
That's right. Very vigorous penance.
Pearl River City Police arrested Clark, 37,
I'm sure they erected too.
along with that was not a paragraph. Along with Mindy Dixon
I don't
and
fucking care.
Melissa Chang on obscenity charges after an unidentified passerby saw the alleged threesome using a mobile phone to record video of the encounter
Did they do it in the landscape?
and then called the authorities. In his first public statement on the incident, attorney Bradley Phillips, who represents Dixon and Chang, said the arrest was appalling. He argued that his client's conduct was both private and legal because it did not take place in public. The only pertinent question, he said, is if it took place in view of the public. Clearly, that is not the case.
The passerby saw it.
Yeah, how'd they... Anyway.
Wait a minute. So if you do it in public but not in view of the public, it's not in public?
Well, I mean, many a dressing room at the department store knows.
Oh, stop.
Well, I'm not wrong.
Confiscating plastic sex toys, stage lights, and two recording devices from within the church. As evidence, officers booked all three with obscenity. Among the charges, definition is having sex in a place open to public view. So apparently somebody saw him doing the nasty, and they're going to jail for it. Leave him alone. Mind your own business. You see that? Walk on by. Ask him to close the drapes or whatever. Just fuck off.
This is New Orleans. It's kind of strange that anybody even got upset.
These days, is it really? Even for New Orleans?
Honey, what I saw on Bourbon Street last year would just curl your hair.
Next up, this comes from Keeverdam.
Damn.
Damn.
Jets coronavirus test a false positive. Game with Cardinals still on.
Uh-oh. False
Friday's
positive,
presumed-
you can't have that.
Friday's presumed positive COVID test was nothing more than a false alarm, as it turned out. After an unnamed Jets player received a positive test, the team sent coaches and players home from their Florham Park, New Jersey facility earlier in the day, casting doubt on the game against the Cardinals at MetLife Stadium going on as scheduled. But Friday night, the Jets announced that everyone had tested negative and the contest against the Cardinals would not be postponed. What are they like? Look, this is our best chance for a win, damn it. Thank you, James Colley. Preemptive middle fingers to counter Prospero.
Okay.
I don't do that on this show.
This evening, we received negative PCR COVID-19 test results for all players, coaches, and personnel, the team said in a statement. Following a presumptive pause. What is a presumptive positive? We think it's positive. We're going to guess it is.
That's awful.
Isn't that what presumptive means?
Yeah,
Presume?
it's to presume that it's positive. I'm wondering if they've got a rapid test and then they have to have that confirmed.
I'm wondering if somebody just had the sniffles
Could be.
Mhm.
Somebody had a sinus infection.
Look, the numbers are 100% accurate.
Anyway, so the game's still on, you guys. If you're a Jets fan, I'm sorry. What?
No, that was sincere.
Jets are having a rough year.
The Jets are always having a rough year. They've had a rough year since 1969.
Oof, man. Okay. This one comes from Mercy of Wits. This is from USA Today. More than 1 million people could lose their vote on November 3rd. That's the best case scenario. All right. In a normal election year at any given state, hundreds and even thousands of absentee ballots get tossed for everything from late postmarks to open envelopes. Okay, I get what they're saying. North Carolina rejected 546 ballots for missing witness signatures in 2012 presidential race. Virginia tossed 216, good God, in the 2018 midterms because they arrived in an unofficial envelope. Arizona discarded 1,516 ballots for non-matching signatures the same year. The 2020 presidential election will not be normal. Absentee ballot rejections this November are projected to reach historic levels, risking widespread disenfranchisement of minority voters and the...
Wait a
What?
minute.
Dude,
They just said that minority voters can't get their ballots right.
Dude, they basically just said that people of color are idiots. They're just, oh my God.
Well, you know y'all can't get voter ID because you don't know where the DMV is.
See, I got my black card to vote, so I instantly became smart after that, apparently.
That's just unbelievable.
I cannot believe they just straight up said that without any fucking... Wow. Okay.
Sanguine, thank you. Presumptive positive means that it was a quick test with a high error rate that needs lab confirmation. Well, there you go. Thank you for that. Risking widespread disenfranchisement of minority votes and the credibility of election results. A USA Today Columbia Journalism investigation and PBS series Frontline investigation found.
So Trump is right?
Oh, no.
Can't be.
At least 1.03 million absentee ballots could be tossed if half of the nation votes by mail. Discarded votes jump to 1.55 million if 75% of the country votes absentee. In the latter scenario, more than 185,000 votes could be lost in Florida, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, states considered to be key to capturing the White House.
I feel like they shouldn't have been allowed to release this article. Because
these numbers, oh, good.
Well, it goes against everything that all the narratives that they've been putting forth. It's impossible. Mail-in voting is 100% safe. Nothing bad ever happens. Trump's a liar. He's fear-mongering. Like, who allowed them to put this article out? Who is this from?
This is from USA Today.
Oh, okay. Then I guess they would get permission.
These numbers are conservative and based on 2016 rejection rates when fewer voters submitted absentee ballots. God bless. I hate that sentence. Record numbers of voters have been voting absentee for the first time. Voters new to voting by mail are at greater risk of making mistakes. If errors push the rejection rate up just 2%, about 2.15 million votes would be cast aside, roughly the population of New Mexico.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put the Alex Jones hat on, but I'm gonna tilt it to the side just a little bit because.
Oh, so you're stylish. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna. Do you guys think that the reason that they are pushing for such massive mail-in voting, regardless of the fact that they have already maintained that wearing masks and social distancing is 100% safe, they're still pushing for this because they're hoping for that margin of error. So if Trump wins within that margin, they can say he somehow cheated.
That would be really good guessing on their part, wouldn't it? For that percentage.
Yeah, if the margin of error falls within some of that percentage, they can say that he somehow manipulated or cheated somehow.
But if it goes the other way, it won't be.
Well, I mean, they'll still try to make up something. It just won't be that.
They could find every single absentee ballot with an APO address burning in the middle of the street, and they wouldn't notice it.
Real quick, Johnny Hellcat, thank you. I'm sensing a touch of the Freeman here. And thank you, understatement. If only we could vote in person somehow.
If only.
We have a birthday in chat. It is hubby's birthday.
Whose?
It's Toxic Nightshade's hubby's birthday.
Oh.
And we were told just to call him hubby.
Oh, all right.
Hey,
I'm
Mom.
going to tell you now, it makes me uneasy singing to hubby.
No, it don't. After last night, I don't want to hear none of that shit from you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, hubby. That's yeah. See, that's why I can play gay chicken, because I'm not gay.
Well, just pretend that you're playing gay chicken with hubby.
Hubby, it's your birthday. Damn it. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Hubby.
Gross.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy phlegm-filled birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
dear hubby.
Dear
Not
hubby.
my hubby, someone else's.
Are you gonna swallow that shit after this, Scribe?
Happy birthday to you.
Shoe bop.
Happy birthday, hubby. I hope you had a great one.
Oh, thanks. Oh, wait, you were sorry.
Now, you my wife, man. Stop it.
Oh God. No, Jesus, you just know who's gonna take
We've
it.
already established that I never listen to you, so that can't be the case.
And
My wife never listens to me.
Monkey's the one that wanted us to like triple team Prospero, so yeah.
That's
We had
right.
ulterior motives there.
I didn't say to touch wieners, man. We're not crossing swords here.
Are you sure there, Monkey?
We ain't sword fighting. Ain't no docking up in this.
All
I
right.
don't want to injure Monkey any more than he already is.
As long as the berries don't touch, it's not gay.
I ain't even looking down. Better hope we put it in the right hole, lady. Sanguine, thank you. At a certain point, it stops being gay chicken and you are just having gay sex, Monkey. Sanguine, that's what I said. Look, if you were playing gay chicken with a gay man, you're just making out or experimenting. That's it. You're not playing gay chicken.
Well, now that that's been said, Sanguine, I'm sorry I missed that donation last night. Right at the end of the show. If I remember correctly, those were the exact words of that donation that I missed.
Pincalo, thank you, says phrasing. It was all said how we meant it. And James Scully, thank you. Ranting Monkey tops from the bottom. Damn right I do.
Yeah.
This one comes to us from senior corner correspondent Frosted Glass, and I'm not sure if he has to go there yet or not. These are 7 campaign slogans for the Joe Biden-Kamala Harris campaign, ranked in order, and this is from Medium.
Oh boy.
Medium.
All right. Number 7, not the other guys. This playbook clearly didn't work in 2016, but there's something to be said about it being the alternative to an aspiring fascist and an exceptionally spray tan and bad hair who has regularly failed and embarrassed America for nearly 4 years. I don't care what they said with their extra shit. Not the other guys would actually be a pretty good one for them. That's all they have to say.
Yeah. It'd work.
Basically what they are saying.
Oh, God. Ebony and Ivory. Or
Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
shouldn't it be kind of Ebony and Ivory?
Mocha latte and pasty white ass.
I'm just saying, I mean, she's partially Indian.
How about Warden and the Chief?
Wow.
Damn.
Number 5, don't swipe right, swipe left-ish.
Left-ish? That's funny.
Not just leftist, left ... ish.
God Christ, the left can't even get this shit right.
Number 4, the reformer's reformist.
What?
No.
These two have a history of changing a rule or two when it comes to corrupt institutions. Do they? Do
Well,
they really?
I don't know. Kamala seemed to be an overachiever, so maybe that was a that was a part of it. She was like, "Look, this corrupt institution isn't quite corrupt enough.
Yeah.
Let's step it up a bit."
Sanguine, thank you. An aspiring fascist, how? FDR has been dead for decades. Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Well
This
done.
next one, oh my God. Oh, wow. Stop resisting.
Oh,
What?
Stop resisting.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. That's a lot of layers to that one.
That's right up there with silence is consent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you also look at like the resistance, right? Like stop resisting.
No, I got that that's what they
Yeah.
were trying for.
Yeah.
And I know what they were trying for with silence is consent. I'm
Yeah.
just saying they keep missing the mark. Johnny Hellcat, thank you. It is at this time I realize my phone is 20 minutes behind on the stream. Oh, damn,
Oh,
sorry.
Wow.
Catch up, bitch.
welcome back.
Shoehorn aplenty, thank you. Let's face the facts about me and you, our love unspecified. Though I'm proud to call you Chocolate Bear, the crowd will always talk and stare. That is from the song Guy Love from Scrubs.
Why,
Which-
why do you know that?
Yeah.
Well,
gay
two reasons.
chicken.
One, it is me and Satsu's song.
Oh, you have a song? Oh,
Yes, we do.
Oh,
I am unaware of this.
I've told you this before.
wait. Did you
He-
classify a song without his consent, Monkey?
He never listens to me. I've told you this before.
Oh, like a married couple. Okay, go ahead.
On this stream.
Yes.
It must have been one of those times I wasn't listening to you then.
It's a song JD and Turk sing. It's a wonderful song. If you haven't seen it, you really should check it out.
What'd you say?
You heard me.
Wow.
Let's see. So after the rapey one, we have I'm With Her.
No.
Oh yeah, that worked super well.
I say go for it. I might as well.
Isn't that right up there with the Kamala Harris administration along with Joe Biden?
Yep.
Well, why not be honest?
And finally, Pop and Cop.
Pop and Cop. Yeah.
Pop and Cop.
If you guys want to read their explanations for why, there's the story. There's a bunch of them in there. It's nonsense, but anyhow.
I was
can't think of.
sorry, I was said something like Brain Pan and the One-Armed Bandit or something.
Dude, I can't think of a single black person who wouldn't be excited about the Pop and Cop one.
Pop and Cop, yeah. Catchy stuff.
Next up is from Jack Polly. Thai hotel to drop charges against U.S. man who faced jail over bad reviews.
All right.
Excuse me?
A hotel in Thailand has agreed to drop charges against an American guest who faced up to 5 years in jail for posting negative reviews, as long as he issued a public apology for his comments.
Oh my God.
Keldrick, thank you. Pop and Cop sounds like a cheesy but enjoyable buddy cop movie.
Yep.
5
years for negative. Wow, that's. I know some businesses out there that would love that law to be in place.
The hotel on the island of Koh Chang, I think is how you say that, filed a complaint against the American teacher Wesley Barnes in August after he posted what the hotel said were false and defamatory write-ups after a row over a $500 or $16, or sorry, 500 baht, is that their, or $16 corkage fee. Corkage? Police detained Barnes under criminal defamation and computer crime laws for 2 days in September before he was released on bail. Computer crime charges?
For bad reviews. Wow, that's a
Fuck.
stretch.
Well, we know where the crazies are going to move to if Donald Trump wins again.
Hey, Thailand, why don't you guys worry about all those people coming to your island to bang little kids?
What? That doesn't happen.
Yeah, right.
They're going to fucking take you to jail for giving their a bad review.
I'm an American motherfucker. Try it. Next up from Wandering Lisa. Are you doing it to me again? Are you trying to piss me off? She likes to do that. Witches are trying to figure out whose spell gave Trump COVID-19.
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
Are they in Salem, Massachusetts, by any chance?
Witches have been casting spells on the president since he was inaugurated. His COVID-19 diagnosis fell on a suspiciously auspicious date.
Oh.
This is in Vice, by the by.
Of course it's in Vice.
Johnny Hellcat, thank you. Review, 3 of 10, good service, but too many ladyboys. God damn it. The news that Donald Trump tested positive for COVID was surreal, given how he downplayed the danger of the virus. It felt ironic, poetic, or even like some kind of cosmic punishment. For some of the people who have turned to witchcraft and other forms of spirituality during his administration, it also meant a moment to reflect on whether a spell you did caused it. Oh no, not Trump testing positive. This is a tweet, by the way. Not testing positive for COVID hours after every witch just completed their full moon ritual. Trump getting COVID on the 1st of October during a full moon. The witch girls are not slick. Okay, obviously the White House is responsible for hosting a super spreader event.
Super spreader event?
Yeah, that's a new term.
Can we call protest that now?
Mm-hmm. No.
I will throw this into chat. There's a whole lot more to this article, but I'm not reading past that. They have no proof that that's where this shit came from. These are people who work together. The people who all got it work together in close quarters all day long.
How dare you mock their lived truth? They're decolonizing science, and it's okay.
Monkey, we saw the whole thing. We saw them out there licking the inside of each other's mouths and shit. We saw it. We watched it happen.
They have been so desperate for this. So desperate for this. Those people at the Trump rallies aren't wearing masks. How many of those are super spreader events? None.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say fuck all. They've actually wrote articles about how there is no connection between any COVID spread and these goddamn riots and protests. None of those have caused any of it, even though we know because they told us that they were specifically not asking people if they went to these events.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God, we know because what is it, 8 people? 8 people who went to this thing out of the 100 who were there got it. It's a super spreader. Shut the fuck right up. Anyhow. Oh my. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. And it's the mirror one, so it takes a second to load up. So if my voice goes bad, I'm just talking so you guys can catch back up to me. All right. Am I good?
Yeah.
So far.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lad brutally mocked for worrying oven admission after moving into first home.
What?
What?
Okay.
Moving out of your parents' house can be incredibly daunting. After relying on them to do just about everything for you for so long, washing your clothes or cooking your own food can leave you scratching your head. But instead of admitting defeat and calling your parents to talk you through your dilemma, you phone a friend, or in this case, your wise cousin. A 20-year-old who recently moved into his own apartment asked his cousin how often he cleaned his oven. But the harmless question had people on Twitter worrying about the poor lad after he revealed that he was cooking his food directly on the oven's wire racks.
I saw this. This is ridiculous. If real, I'm still a little hesitant to think it's real.
So he was cooking it like a barbecue.
Ew.
I can see somebody who's never done it before doing that. I mean, depending on what he's cooking, you're not going to do that with a casserole.
He was never in a kitchen, never saw any food ever being prepared in 20 years of life.
Yeah, or on TV or in a movie or nothing. Yeah, that's what made me think that
in something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what made me think the story is bullshit, because like even if you don't do the cooking yourself, simply through osmosis of the media, you should understand what the difference is between a barbecue and an oven. But anyway, go ahead, man.
He tweeted or he texted his cousin and said wanted to know how often he cleans it. His cousin told him pretty much never. Excuse me. To which he replied back, "The bottom gets gross and full of blood or grease." Confused as to what his younger cousin was referring to, he asked, "You talking about the baking sheet or the actual oven?" After admitting he had no idea what a baking sheet was, he wrote back, "My oven has the metal grills on the inside." His cousin said, "Yeah, to grill it." And he wrote back, "1 second, I need a beer for this." I can see this happening, believe it or not. There's a lot of people who have no idea, that are completely spoiled, that don't cook. Their parents don't teach them anything.
Okay.
Teach your kids how to cook, people.
I mean, was he using the heating element inside the oven?
No, he's putting it on the rack.
Yeah, just that without a cookie sheet or something else, or a pan.
Yeah, just like on the like you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they were grill, like it was a grill or something.
And I wouldn't even use that to grill. That's just, like they're broiler pans for that shit.
The fuck was he cooking?
I don't know, but he said blood and grease, so I'm guessing like he decided to put a steak in there and a
Burgers,
chicken.
probably.
Burgers, yeah. He probably looked at it like, this must be just like a barbecue. It's got the grill.
Yeah. Maybe it was that. Bless his heart.
So let the heat come through evenly, you idiot. Jesus. All of these are from people. Okay, here we go. What's this one? What? Official statement from 505 Games. This comes from Snub. The official 505 Games statement regarding Lab Zero Games. In light of the recent restructuring and dissolution of Lab Games, 505 Games would like to clarify what this... Oh, is it? Oh, God, I forgot what all happened with them. I read the story about why they just dissolved and stuff.
Who's 505 Games? What do they do?
There was a this place Lab Zero. There was this small gaming company, and a whole bunch of them got in trouble for sexual harassment or something like that. So all of the others left and formed their own place.
Oh, okay.
If I'm remembering correctly. At this stage, apart from the content that is already in submission, there will unfortunately be no more production on the game. This is for the future of the game Indivisible. We understand that longtime players have been waiting for guest characters as well as some backer-created characters. Regretfully, this additional content will not be added to the game. There's an update for Nintendo Switch that is already in submission. It will add somebody's challenges, add some shit that I don't care about. This is expected to release after this month, starting on October 13th and rolling out to other regions afterwards. Indivisible is a game of diversity, inclusion, friendship, and evolution.
Never mind.
505 Games worked with the talented and creative people at Lab Zero for many years to bring Indivisible to life. We are proud of the game that was created and are happy that it has received a positive response. We are sorry for the journey ending this way. We wish to thank all of the Indivisible players, new and old, who have supported the game. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you. Okay.
All right.
And Snub, thank you. The point was no refunds to the Kickstarters.
Yeah, that was a very long-winded way to say y'all ain't getting your money back.
Yeah. You could have led with that. It's like you ain't get your money back, and here's why.
So this is a very random question that you may or may not know the answer to, but does anybody know where the expression "from the bottom of my heart" comes from? Like,
no.
Why that's the thing?
Mm-mm.
No, I mean, when I hear you ask that, I think of like the phrase "the cockles of my heart" kind of thing.
Well, it's just like the bottom seems like, you think of the bottom, you're like.
Well, I think it's as far as where it came from, like its origins, I couldn't say. I think its meaning basically is that with the fullness of my heart. Like I'm not saying
deepest part.
The deepest part of my heart, with all the sincerity that I can muster, kind of thing, and not just like some cursory apology or whatever.
Okay, so do you keep things you don't care about all that much at the top of your...
Well, it's on the surface level.
Yeah, this isn't a surface level apology or whatever I'm saying is what I'm trying to say. It's like I said, with the fullness of my being, I am meaning what I'm saying here.
Yeah, the depth of my soul, the bottom of my heart.
Right.
It goes all the way back to Virgil's Aeneid.
Okay.
Oh, well, fine.
Well, no, I just looked it up. Sorry.
Oh, you just looked it up? Okay, good. I don't feel dumb now.
Oh no, like
She's my chief fact checker, dude.
All right.
Well, there's a thing called Google and DuckDuckGo,
Yeah,
and it's
Busy to
amazing.
Google when I'm in the middle of a show. Damn it.
Well, that's why I'm here, I guess.
That's why you're usually in the audience, and I appreciate you for that. I don't thank you enough for doing that.
You don't. You get pissy every single time.
I don't get pissy every time, only when you're wrong.
Or you're wrong.
I'm rarely wrong.
Ah,
I'm only wrong when I think I'm wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of MSS News Time. Thank you for the submissions. Sorry we can't get to them all. We did get to most people, though. There were a lot of duplicates in there, though. It's time for the YouTubes and Satsu. What'd you do?
Not much. Got some files together, some stuff that I need to be editing soon. I put the ribs video that I edited on the computer to get ready, alongside all the other stuff that I got to do. Try to do some voice work for a series that I've been working on, and that didn't go well because Aaliyah was like, "Motherfucker, please." Like, oh, okay. She was like, I surely hope you do not think that you are going to be able to do this while I'm awake. I'm just like, yeah, well, I kind of thought. She's like, bitch, you was wrong. So that didn't quite work out, but I've been enjoying having my place. Like, I got the PlayStation in here now. It's hooked up, and I got it set up on my third monitor, and I got a little HDMI switch. I just hit the button when I want to switch over to PlayStation, and I got the little headset that he got me, and it's nice. I feel like I'm gaming in an actual gaming space and not sitting in the living room getting tripped over by a toddler every 3 seconds. So it's been kind of fun. But, same old stuff for me. Nothing new to report.
Thank you, Connor Johnson, who asks, have you seen the movie Requiem for a Dream? I have not. You guys?
Yep. Several times.
Nah.
That was easy.
Were you there when the original was written, Crossbarrow?
Yes.
Requiem for a Dream?
That's not all that old.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like...
Are you thinking about Requiem for a Heavyweight?
Yeah, Monkey, do you even know what Requiem for a Dream is?
Or Mozart's Requiem, maybe?
I swear.
No, you're wrong.
I'm usually wrong.
Yeah.
But is it any good?
I mean, if you want to feel like slitting your own wrists by the end of watching a movie, then yeah. I mean, it's very good. It's very powerful, funny in a dark way, but also really depressing. So it's a very effective movie at eliciting emotions. And
depression.
Yeah, I mean, it's a look at drug addiction in a very stylized fashion. And it does the amazing job of taking Jennifer Connelly and making everything she does as unsexy as possible, which is a trick, but it works, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's based on a 1978 novel. Thank you. I was 3. I can make an old person joke if I was 3.
I was in college.
So you were there.
And I
You
was
were there. And she was in the room, was being scripted. Yeah.
That's it. I was doing the proofing.
Real quick, Midnight in Exile, thank you so much. Satsu, how much for one rib?
What?
I love you. Night, baby.
Night, Lady Monkey.
You don't know what that line is from?
They said how much for one rib?
Yeah. And actually, it's how much for an order of ribs? And he tells him $2.50. He goes, let me get one.
Is that Don't Drink Your Juice in South Central?
No.
Oh.
That is...
Don't be a menace at South Central, sorry.
Don't drink your juice in South
I
Central.
can't remember the freaking title.
Shoot your ass.
It's close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades.
No, that's from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Oh, okay. I knew it was one of those.
Chris Rock's breakout role in that movie.
Yeah.
Scribbles, what you been up to?
Well, I posted an actual scripted video today. It was a little piece from a subject of a couple of videos on in the past and a live stream. I can't remember how to say her last name correctly, but her first name is Rithu. It's Rithu Basane, I think, or Basan. Anyway, she is a diversity and management consultant and a yoga instructor and a social justice activist. And she was going to answer a question from a viewer about what she thought about anti-racism. And she's like, "What's your stance on the concept of anti-racism?" And I was like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this, because you see, for those of you that don't know, in the theory of anti-racism, there are only two states of being in the world. There's racist and anti-racist. And all that means is either you are an unapologetic racist, or you're a racist who gives penance every day for the original sin that you possess. Because racism is a universal constant." And that's not me saying that. That's the guy who wrote the book saying that, for reference. Anyway, so I was curious to know what her stance was, because if she said she believes in it, well, then obviously she must be confessing to being a racist, right?
Yes.
Oh, well, she found a way around it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to watch the video to find out. But she found a loophole, and boy, is it a very convenient loophole, where she can believe in it, but not be subject of it. Yeah.
I'm very curious how anti-racism can be a thing if racism was made up by white people.
You know, the various origin stories of racism are right up there with the origin stories for the Punisher at this point. So you can just have, like, yeah, it's just like, well, you know, was it just that his family was shot in the park, or was it that the spirit of vengeance came along and chose him as an avatar, or was it something? Yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, so I did that. There won't be a TEDx tomorrow. I'm going to be spending time with my mother and my sister who are coming to visit. We're going to go out to lunch and all that fun stuff. But on Sunday at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing a live stream to celebrate my 4th YouTube anniversary. It's an Ask Me Anything stream. If you would like to have a question asked, you can comment on a video that is currently on my channel that just says Scribe 4th anniversary AMA announcement. You put a comment into that video. I'll be retweeting that out tomorrow, just for anybody who needs the last minute question in there. And that's where I'll gain or take any questions from during the stream, with the exception, of course, of any super chatted questions, as takes priority. But if you have a question you want to ask otherwise, just put it in there. And other than that, on Tuesday, when I host the Lords of the Night, our guest that night will be Gamer Valine. So looking forward to that. And that is all I got.
Excellent.
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. $10. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. How about I give you 15 cents, and you let me sniff the wrapper? I'm not going to ruin the rest of that actual scene, but I know where you're going with that. You have not seen that scene from I'm Going to Get You Sucker between Chris Rock and Isaac Hayes. You are missing out. It is fucking wonderful. Prospero.
Yes, sir. What I did?
Why don't you tell the people a little bit about you and what you've been up to on the YouTubes?
Well, I am a minion of the zoo, and I host on Thursday nights. So that's what I was up to last night. And tonight, after this, I'll be on Minions of the Zoo. Skeptalk is hosting for our Wild Card Friday. And let's see, Wednesday, I did regional variations on Tailed Features channel, which was a lot of fun with Discordia and Shinobi Yaka, who's a brilliant YouTuber, and it was a lot of fun. I was the first Yank on the show, which was a pleasure. And as far as about me, I'm a cranky old bitch with opinions.
Very soft.
Saying you're
That was
first Yank can have different meanings depending on where you are.
Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. The first colonial.
Well, you know, Europeans in general were kind of... That's what I hear. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told all the time by people.
Since that's what they called me.
Okay.
I was going with their characterizations of me.
Okay. All right.
I'm very soft-spoken, Satsu. Yeah, not really, but that's okay. If you watch Minions, you know how soft-spoken I was not. It depends. I can be polite. My mama taught me how to dress up for company.
It's just hearing you say cranky old bitch in the sweetest, softest voice.
Right?
Yeah. Sounds
Speak
about right.
softly and carry a lethal stiletto. It's just... No, I am...
For the record, if you're the first Yank at Gay Chicken, you lost.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
What?
or one, depending.
John, thank you. Says Prospero isn't my first yank.
Oh, wah, wah. Okay. Capital Y-A-N-K with no...
Yankee is what she meant to say.
Yes, but
Yeah.
the British refer to us as Yanks.
How is that for you as a Southerner being called a yank?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm accustomed to them using the term, not too badly. You know, it
'Cause,
doesn't
I mean,
upset me too badly. And I lived in Massachusetts for 10 years. I'm kind of impervious to that kind of regional
Variation.
bullying. Yeah, regional because when I moved up there, I had lived in North Florida. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. My parents were Virginians. They maintained their Virginia accent, but I was around North Floridians. And if you're not familiar with that accent, Southeast Georgia, North Florida is a cracker accent. So I moved to New England saying things like, my numbers were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which they found hilarious. I had 2 kids pin me with their bikes and made me say my numbers because, oh, you talk funny.
I like the way you talk.
Well, it was entertaining because one of my better friends lived next door, and his name was Mark, and his mom called him Mac, but they made fun of how my mother addressed me, which was entertaining as all hell because it would be like, you talk, hey, it's wicked funny how you talk, and it's like, back at you.
You do talk very deliberately like somebody who's trying to hide their Southern accent.
I also, this is the YouTube voice. It's kind of the phone voice, the well-enunciated
Sure.
voice. If we were just John, I would get more flat and I would get a bit more regional. And I still say I. Yeah, I'm.
You say you.
You. I don't say you. Usually I don't say you, but I do have the diphthong, the South. And it's not as bad as there's the moose and the hoose let 'em oot, but it's there. I can't say south any other way than that ow sound.
I
It's,
love Southern accents. I wish you guys would just embrace them.
Oh no, I don't mind. It's just it got to be habit, and also on stream, it is kind of deliberate to use a in quote radio voice for clarity.
I stopped doing that shit.
Oh, okay, I'll stop doing it.
I talk how I talk.
All right.
I like the way you go.
Well, see, that's the funny thing is when people thank you when people mimic Southern accents, I find it hilarious.
Oh, have you heard mine?
Yes, dear.
No, I mean like my Georgian accent.
I've heard yours. Yours kinds of sounds like Kevin Spacey doing Charleston.
Would you be surprised to know that that's the movie I watched over and over and over again to try to pick up on an accent to use?
And you did a very, very good job with it.
I do a great Kevin Spacey
Charleston,
doing a great fake Southern accent. Yeah.
Yeah, Charleston has it has a particular accent.
A particular, yes, indeed.
Yeah, and it's interesting because people make fun of North Carolina, but North Carolina is also called the Vale of Humility between 2 mountains of conceit.
Wait.
Because between Charleston and Richmond,
yeah,
people just think their shit doesn't smell in either one of those cities.
Can you say Carolina again?
Carolina?
Fine.
Yeah, I rarely pick up on your accent, but you're right. There are a couple of words where it just sneaks in a little bit.
Now I can say North Carolina
when you're trying.
When I'm trying, yes. But
yes. Enunciate.
Normally, I'm going to say, where are y'all going to the beach? I'm going to say Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
Down in Carolina.
Lana.
Down there in the Carolinas.
Lana.
I got to do my thing so we get to Humpetry.
Yes.
Remember, guys, she's here. So for question time, make sure you ask Prospero, why she's so quick to give me the finger. As for me, last night I did a monkey in the morning where I was totally on my best behavior the entire time.
Yes, you were.
I had fun on that show. I don't remember the previous two, and that's why I told you guys don't even bother watching them because I don't know how good they were. Last night we had fun, so check that one out. That's going to move us on to the Humpetry. And Satsu, what you got, my friend? Satsu?
He's muted or something.
Satsu's missing.
Was he gone?
He went to get some food, didn't he? He never tells us when he does that. Damn it. Scribbles, what you got?
I really don't have much today. I was doing a whole bunch of other between work and getting ready for my my visit for my mom and everything. I really didn't do a whole heck of a lot on Twitter today.
Fair enough. Prospero?
Oddly enough, most of mine was connected to yours. Because, you know, we tend to be in the same weeds on Twitter. The as far as nonsense goes, I guess I'd have to look it up. I did run into an attempt to shame Trump, which I found kind of amusing. It turns out that Regeneron used a fetal tissued stem cell line for the T cells to test the antibody efficacy. Yeah.
Hold that thought. Buster, thank you. Has anybody seen Pump Up the Volume? Could be seen as the first podcast. Thoughts? And Mr. M, did you like my song? Pump Up the Volume is based on people who really used to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, pirate radio stations were a real thing. As far as like them being the first podcasts, I guess that's one way to look at it, sort of. So, sure.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And understatement, thank you, Prospero. Can you say the concert was wicked hardcore with a Boston accent? Also, I've named Scribe Southern person Beauregard Jefferson Dixon III.
I like that. Let me see. It's been a long time. The concert was wicked hardcore.
Killer.
Hardcore.
Hardcore.
All right, Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That. Yeah, Lewis. Jesus. But anyway, this Regeneron thing, because there's apparently some fetal T cell line that a lot of pharmaceutical companies use, that they think that, you know, that makes Trump some big stinky hypocrite because he's against embryonic stem cell research, which is all kind of becoming a moot point because science has moved on and is able to create stem cells from adult humans.
Okay, I'm just now getting back. We talking Umbrella Corporation or what?
No.
No, I was just talking about whatever little bit of fucketry I ran into with people, you know, people trying to... they were trying to say that Regeneron had been developed using stem cells, and it wasn't. It's an antibody thing. It was tested. They used the stem cells against that. But other than running into, like, Olbermann losing his mind...
Oh, God.
Holy shit! I mean, the rhetoric out of that guy... absolutely unbelievable.
Unhinged is not overstating it.
No. And I mean, as you asked, they've thrown Amy Coney Barrett in as one of the people that needed to be removed from society. It was pretty entertaining.
Well, saying she needed to be prosecuted, and let me bring that up so I can read it to the people. His exact quote here. And this one's not the exact quote because it skips a couple of lines because he went on for a while. Terrorists must be defeated, and talking about Trump, and his enablers and his supporters, the Mike Lees, the William Barrs, the Kyle Rittenhouses, and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck are you prosecuting her for?
Yeah.
I think it's just he's bitter because she's a content, successful human being, and he is not.
Well, he goes prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society. Keith, you not liking her being a conservative is not breaking the law. Anything else?
No, because there was an awful lot of overlap in story-wise with what you will have.
Fair enough. Satsu, any puppetry?
for whatever reason, hashtag Bernie stay home is trending.
I don't want him to get the COVID.
Oh, is this a rally cry to protect the old man?
I'm assuming
Yes.
so.
Uh-huh. All right. There's also something I was just looking at earlier that BuzzFeed put out. It says, man in viral picture with Charlie Kirk is a pro-Trump activist from Idaho. And my first reaction to that was, so? But then I scrolled down a little bit, and apparently they are trying to claim that the man in this picture, who is a far-right Trump supporter, was also one of the people who got arrested for trying to kidnap what's-her-face.
But
I saw the mugshots, and this ain't one of them dudes.
the guy's in Idaho?
I guess.
That's
Well, there were people plotting in different states, they said, that were also loosely connected to the Michigan deal, but I didn't get any details on that stuff.
yeah, but I haven't seen any pictures or heard of any arrests outside of the initial dragnet on the Whitmer.
Well, the 5 people that I saw, like, they had mugshots for him and everything, and neither one of those people was this guy. So, yeah, that's a little, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. That was just Twitter fucketry that I happened to bump into while scrolling through Twitter, as I'd like to do sometimes during the stream. Outside of that, let's see what was happening. Apparently, the concept of people who voted for Trump in 2016 who were previously Democrats is apparently lost on people, which is kind of odd to me because we know they exist, right? Like there were plenty of people who were just tired of the same old shit, knew what Hillary was about and had dealt with, her husband and all that shit. And they were just like, you know what? We want something different. And back then there wasn't like the kind of rhetoric against Trump was just like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It wasn't more so like Trump's an evil human being. It was just like back then they're like, he's not qualified. This is ridiculous. There's no way he'll win. Or at least for the most part, that's what the media was at least pushing. But there was like a podcast that came out apparently, and it was a dude basically telling his story about how he used to be a Democrat and he voted Trump. And a friend of mine was like, dude, like, this is crazy. And I'm like, is it? Like, that doesn't seem like such a crazy notion to me. Like, it seems like quite a few people who I've interacted with or associated with. Like, maybe you need to expand your social bubble, because I think you might have been isolating yourself a little bit. Outside of that, there was just a random post that was put up that said,
hang on 1 second. This is about to pop up the screen. Thank you, Buster's Outlaw. Ranting Monkey, just wondering, did you hear my song, Ain't Gonna Miss You Anymore? It's on SoundCloud, and it's country, just wondering. I did. I went and listened to it, and yeah, I liked it. The night we talked about it, right afterwards, me and Jack went and listened. Cryptic, thank you. Just found out that "arg" is not a real word. Can't tell you how angry I am at this.
There was a random tweet put out that says, grown-ass men that play video games, ask yourself this: when is the last time you've been laid? And the comments were quite hilarious because a good majority of the people who commented shared pictures of them and their wife together. Like, I fuck this lady every day. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it happens quite frequently. When have you been laid, good sir? And I don't know if this was like a shit post or whatever. But I actually went to this person's account, and some of the stuff I found there was rather interesting. I think I shared it on Twitter too, the actual tweet, because over here is just a screenshot or whatever. But yeah, go seek that out if you can. And if you're a gamer, I'm sure he's waiting for your response. That's all my fucketry. The last thing I did have is this is like deep topic stuff. So I'm gonna hold on to this one for another time because I'd like to have this conversation. But that's all my fucketry for now.
All right. I saw a story last night from MSNBC that's talking about the Orthodox Jews out there in Brooklyn who are causing some issues. And it's weird because there's a line in this story that's painting Cuomo to be this savior of the New York masses who is just trying to tramp down on these Jews to keep everybody safe. But this is the line in the story. Trump, who recently returned to the White House despite still being infected with COVID, weighed in earlier on the Brooklyn situation. That return to the White House despite still being sick. This is the New York Times, where Cuomo's the governor of the state, who apparently think Donald Trump should have been taken to a home with old people and allowed to spread infection, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because why make a big deal out of that?
It's not like he left Walter Reed against medical advice. He was
Yes.
discharged.
Right.
They literally told him he was fine. And might I add again, he didn't return to the White House. He went home.
Yeah.
Yeah. They hate that, though. They hate that that's his home right now.
He went home.
They also hate that he survived.
There was this really stupid anti-capitalism thing that was going around today.
Oh, God, that thing.
It says, yes, I got the job. Now I can avoid homelessness and afford to put one extra meal in my stomach during the half-hour lunch break I get throughout my 8-hour shift that literally takes up a third of my waking day, the other 2/3 of which I exist in a constant state of existential dread. And then it goes on with some more shit.
Oh, be thankful you've got a job. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, but...
Well, that's not what I focused in on. If 8 hours is 1/3 of your waking day, you're not sleeping. Ever.
Well, math is not a strong suit, is it?
8 times 3 is 24, guys. That's the math guy in me. What else do we have?
That's why you're not a commie.
Oh man. The UN is out there trying to end harmful shit against women again. This time they want us to stop man-interrupting.
Oh. God, they still can't get around to female genital mutilation, though, can
No, look, they got to get to the hard stuff first. They got to deal with mansplaining and man-interruption before they get to cutting off little girls' clits.
Oh, yeah, and letting women start freeze to death in period huts and that kind of thing. Yeah,
being stoned for adultery, not allowed to dry. You know, anything that's actual rights of women.
Now, these things you guys are mentioning, are they important?
No. Not when mansplaining's a thing.
See.
Yeah, because some Woko Haram named Karen might get her feelings hurt if some man interrupts her.
Woko Haram.
You haven't heard that term?
No, that's the new one to me.
Isn't it wonderful? The Woko Haram. Well, I mean, they're as religious as Boko Haram.
Yeah.
It's like PETA and Pokemon.
Yeah.
MSNBC was out. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just said gotta save them all.
MSNBC was out there promoting Beto, the mystical magic dirt eater.
Is he still around?
He said, when he tweets liberate Michigan and continues to degrade and undermine Gretchen Whitmer and call those white nationalist terrorists to attention, he is a party to that plot to kidnap and potentially kill the governor.
Dude, somebody was just arguing with me like, no, that's not true at all. She didn't do anything even remotely. There's no way he had any connection. She didn't make that connection. I'm like, so she said what happened to her and then mentioned the thing that Trump did just for kicks. It was just this is completely unrelated, but I'll talk about this too right now. Like that's why she said it. Oh, okay.
This next one is a visual, guys. I can't help it but put it on the screen. This is Joe Biden at a talk. It's very short. We're not going to have audio for it because I don't care about the audio. Just watch what he does. That's right. He pulled down his mask to cough.
Oh my God. Lock him up. Lock him up.
If you're going to tell me I have to wear a mask, and I'm okay with it. I wear my mask when I go out in public and all that, but somebody needs to pull Joe aside. You're like, dude, keep the mask on if you're going to cough. Because that's the whole fucking point.
I don't understand how, like, Trump can do literally anything, no matter how mundane or small or just almost completely irrelevant. And the entirety of the media is like, we all saw it. But something like that can happen, and everybody's just Ray fucking Charles. Like,
I had so much fun tweeting this today because there were several people tweeting about how horrible Donald Trump is for not following mask mandates. I'm like, hang on, I got something for you. It made me laugh because Jesus fucking Christ, are you for real?
They caught Macron doing the same thing without a mask, coughing into his hand and wiping his nose with his finger. And it's just like, it's like that picture of Cuomo outside with the gym bag with that pugnacious, you want to make something of it look on his face.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you guys. I mean, come on.
If you're going to wear the mask and don't take it down. Especially to cough, for fuck's sake.
Didn't he watch de Blasio's marvelous promotional, inspirational video? Did you see that? De Blasio's. Oh my God. Somebody did it to the Soviet national anthem, which was just perfect. De Blasio walked out on either the landing at the top of the stairs or on a balcony and pulled out a mask and put it on, saluted, and turned around and walked back in. This was right after Trump did his thing.
All right.
Genius.
As to the Bernie stay home that was brought up earlier, I saw this, and this woman said this: your health, Bernie Sanders, is more important than any election outcome, period.
What?
And
I mean, I guess, no, wait.
No. Look, Bernie is like, what, 76?
Something like that.
76, 77, something like that. This is an old fucking man. He's going to die soon anyway, and I'm not wishing for it, but he's got maybe 20 years left, tops. The country will be around a lot longer than that, and there's a lot of things that are more important than a single individual's life. I asked this person, and they didn't answer me yet, but if she could keep Bernie alive, but we had to reverse the election of 1860, would they do it?
Ooh.
Because if you're talking about any election, elections do have consequences, and we can look at them and go, this ain't going to be a big deal. This won't be a big deal. And then tomorrow something else happens and everything's changed. So stop hero worshiping people like that. That's fucking retarded. Look, if you want them to stay home and stay healthy, that's fine. But more important than any election outcome, that's retarded.
Also, Bernie has his own agency. Well, one kind of presumes he does. This whole business of here, let me save you, is pathetic.
It's hero worship nonsense.
Yeah, it is. It's teenage
I don't want him
girls.
to die. Be as safe as you can, Bernie, but this is nonsense. More important than any election outcome. Really? You want to talk about Germany in the 30s?
Oof.
How about Trump?
Yeah.
How about 2016? Indeed. The final thing I want to get to is a YouGov poll that came out yesterday or 2 days ago now, whatever it is. Tells us Europe wants Joe Biden to win the election. And Denmark, Germany, Spain, Sweden, France, Britain, and Italy all really, really want Trump, which is fine. And if you guys want to give that any kind of weight, please do. But as you do, please, please, please consider how many rights enshrined in our Constitution they don't enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those people are telling you who they want. Think about what kind of lives they actually live.
Gunsky had a good reply to that, which is, I seem to remember a little war over our not giving a fuck what they think. It's who cares? This is part of that. I hate to use this term, but that whole global elite cool kids club. That look at what all the cool kids are doing. Don't you want to be like the cool kids? Don't you want to be on the right side of history?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
For people who talk about foreign interference and American politics so much, you think they wouldn't hold up the opinions of foreign interests so much and what's going on in America?
Yeah, and Prince Harry just found out the hard way what foreign interference in an election will cost him. The royal family isn't going to review reestablishing him as commander of the Royal Marines, apparently. That was apparently up for review after a year after the hissy fit, and they were going to leave and live their own lives. And basically the palace has signaled that because he has engaged in politicking in a foreign country, that's not up for grabs anymore. Oops. That's what you get for being a fucking cock.
Cree says Europe doesn't want to pay for NATO. They always go towards the left. They always do. As I pointed out to somebody yesterday, you have to remember, like in England, let's see, what is England? They come up 61 Trump, 61 Biden, 13 Trump.
Yeah, and where did they do the poll?
That their conservative party would be our middle of the road Democrat.
Yeah, and where did they do this polling, by the way? I mean, if they polled London, of course, they would get that kind of result. They're not polling in the middle of Stoke-on-Trent or, East Piddle Puddle.
Shire. There's Shire at the end of everything.
Piddle Puddle Shire. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's how you name British towns.
That's how you name regions, yes.
Guys, questions, comments, concerns, throw them into chat now. We'll do our best to get to all of them. I know we're a little behind time, but you'll be fine. Ask questions, damn it. Don't forget, after this, we're going to be over on 2 Cents Plus playing Satsu.
Raft, most likely.
We're going to be playing Raft, most likely. So come check that out.
Rawr.
Prospero, thank you for your kindness. You keep me sane. Thank you again. Prospero sounds hot.
Dude, reassess your priorities, honey.
And a New World Order question mark. No, and he said to us that we're kind and keep him sane. Well, yeah, we hope to. That's what we are actually mental health professionals.
Oh yeah,
Prospero.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was agreeing after that exaggerated yawn. The professionalism.
Prospero, does your husband have any hold my beer moments? It says any hold my beer moments, but I'm thinking there's supposed to be a hold.
Not that I would confess to on stream, no.
There you go. Prospero does a fantastic job hiding her channel.
Actually, I'm Prospero058 because some schmuck had taken Prospero. Or Prospero. I see you've even gotten me mispronouncing my own name. So I ended up having to go with my birth year. So
Look, I pronounce it American. I don't know what you pronounce it.
I pronounce it Shakespearean, darling.
So you're a British commie.
No. I
How much money to get Prospero to come beat you with her purse for 2 hours?
Wow.
For 2 hours?
No.
Jesus.
No. Just make sure that you have your cable subscription to HBO because we're,
Look,
monkeys reached out to them.
I have a great idea for a television show, guys. Came up with this last night. Me and Jack are going to have a show on HBO where it was originally just women that we had sexually objectified, but we've broadened that a little bit to anybody we've wronged as well can come on for a couple of hours and deal with us in person. And I think this would be a great show. It could be. But there's a lot of people who want to see this lady beat the hell out of me. I'm nice to I don't know what you guys are even talking about.
Tiny little girl brain. Exhibit A.
You have a tiny little girl brain? What? That's a weird thing to admit on my show.
Don't.
You just said it.
Don't even.
Prospero, how closely do you resemble your avatar?
My face is a little bit fatter and my hair is a whole lot frizzier, but in attitude, pretty much.
Spot on, y'all.
Why I chose it.
She looks like a 60s cigarette ad.
Candle ad.
She's bad for your health, is what you're saying.
You're goddamn right.
Oh, lords, would y'all try a bowl of rabbit and pepper stew, a freshly baked pumpernickel roll, and an Elmo mug of strong whiskey? Why an Elmo mug?
As long as it's not that, 3-day distilling whiskey, then maybe.
No, I ain't eating rabbit. Did we get rid of the chickens, cows, and pigs or something?
That sounds good to me. The Elmo mug's a little creepy, but I'll still drink the whiskey out of it.
Does he say that tickles as you drink out of the cup? Because that might.
Oh, that's gross.
Ew.
So it's the real life Elmo mug.
That tickles.
Piddle Puddles, did Jerry have another accident? Prospero is cereal soup.
No.
Wrong!
Well, you're wrong again.
Right.
Share with your favorite person buttermilk biscuits, ostrich egg omelet with cheese, bison sausage, hash browns, good gravy, and a tall glass of sweet tea? ?
Good Lord.
Skip the sweet tea. The rest of it, that's going to be one hell of an omelet, though. Ostrich eggs are freaking huge.
Again, did we run out of chickens? Speaking of Bernie, what was his stupid tweet about reeds being socialized medicine? Oh, I didn't go into that one because that's a much deeper conversation than we had time for. But he came out and suggested that Walter Reed Hospital is socialized medicine. He's not wrong, but in the wrong reason. See, he's trying to say it as a good thing, and Walter Reed Hospital is a good thing, but it's because of it's a military hospital, and it's paid for by the government because it's for military. So unless this asshole is wanting to privatize the military, which I'm guessing he doesn't want to do, then he's wrong. But the problems with socialized medicine exist within the military medical community. They really do. And I'll be happy to go into that on Monkey in the Morning again later. Did anybody notice Trump's face in his video on Twitter about making drugs available for free? One side of his face was swollen and discolored. I didn't even see the video.
No, I didn't see it.
I saw it.
He's melting.
He was he was slightly shadowed because he was standing in the shade of a tree, if I recall correctly. So I don't know whether that was shadow, poor application of his TV orange, or what.
Chicago Mike asks, I just got here. What'd I miss? An hour and 43 minutes of the show.
All the things.
Oh, Duchess of the Night, how many beers does it take to handle these guys' company?
Wow. Thanks.
Mama doesn't need that much nerve medicine.
With
How
her
much do
saying
you
Mama,
need
does it make the threesome better or worse?
It ought to make it too creepy for you to even think about anymore, please.
Are you going to dress like Marty's mom?
Shit.
Blech.
No.
Oh.
How about Stifler's mom?
Blech. What about Stacy's mom? She's got it going on, I hear.
I hear. That's all we got to go on.
Jesus. You know, I was asked in chat somewhere why I give you the finger.
Yeah.
So often, it's shit like this.
What I did.
What you did.
Should I start out the night with Fireball or Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey, Prospero?
Oh, for God's sake. Peanut butter whiskey, Fireball. Try mixing it with lemonade. It's an interesting thing. Doesn't sound like it should work. Cinnamon whiskey and lemonade, but it does.
Huh. All right.
It's peculiar as hell.
Writing this down.
Yeah, I mean, give it a try. It's a very, very strange thing to, you're like, I don't know, and then you taste it, and you're like, well, I still don't know. You taste it a second time, you're like, this isn't bad.
Yeah. Depending on how drunk you are, this could be really delicious.
Well, no.
The drunker you get, the better it tastes.
Well, and the better I look, too.
How I feel about tequila. Thank you, 007 WMD. Here, have some cheese. Thanks for the endless hours of entertainment. My first 2 weeks of working at a vegetable oil bottling have been hard but fun. Well, I'm glad you got a job, and thank you for sharing some of your paycheck with me. I appreciate it. And you're welcome for the endless hours of entertainment, which I call just trying to keep myself entertained because I don't sleep all that much.
Oh.
What? It's true.
That's depressing.
Satsu, did you ever figure out if you and Monkey would play Dead Space 3? We have it, don't we?
Yeah, that is hilarious that they just mentioned that because we both just got it, actually.
Yeah, that was the weaker of the trilogy.
It was absolutely the weaker of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But
it's multiplayer.
It's still fucking Dead Space.
Yeah, it's Dead Space and it's co-op, so.
And to be honest, if Dead Space 3 was a standalone thing and it had nothing to do with, like, I just let it be itself, then I'd like, this game's fine. But it is the Dead Space 1 and 2 that make it extra, like, for people who played that, they're just like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
But on its own, it wasn't a bad game. It ruined what Dead Space 1 and 2 had established because it completely killed the horror element of the game.
Yeah, that was the thing. It made it do an action. It was the Aliens of the series versus like the Alien, which is like a horror movie.
Yeah, it really, really took and I was one of those people before it came out. I was just like, no, it's not going to be ruined just because it's co-op. Like, come on, guys, y'all are being weight. And the moment I invited somebody in, I was just like, well,
yeah. No, I think it ruined it by trying to explain too much the mystery behind everything.
Yeah.
The first one, the benefit the first one had, besides the atmosphere and the lack of a voice from the protagonist, so much, is that it was a big mystery. And
unless you've seen the movie.
The movie.
Yeah, unless you watched the movie, it was
the animated thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but still, even then, it's like, yeah, no. The first game by itself was a great horror movie without any bells or whistles elsewise. But and then they started trying to explain stuff in the second game, which wasn't bad because it was still a horror game. And then the third one, they were like, oh, it's these giant, intelligent moons floating through the universe. Like, no, stop it.
Arwino, thank you. It sucks that I have to give you dummies money just to pay tribute to Mommy Susan.
Wow.
Start a news channel. You can give her $25 million.
Yeah.
How long did you date your partners before you knew you were getting married to that individual? Sorry, Scribe. Prospero, how long did you date before you knew you were getting married?
3 years.
Satsu?
God damn. I'm trying to remember when we even... I think I proposed to her like 2.5 years in, if I remember correctly. It was live on stream. Somebody could actually go look right now, but yeah, it wasn't that long. But probably about 1.5 years when I decided that I knew I wanted to marry her, and then it took me a while to ask.
A few months. Pirate's Creed, Prospero, if you could legally hit people with a bat as hard as you wanted, but you can only do it 5 times, I think it's supposed to be who would you hit, or you can hit the same person multiple times.
I can't?
You can.
I can.
I can.
Oh, you can't?
Oh.
No, it says can.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Well, I'd be afraid of cracking my Louisville Slugger on some of the knuckleheads. I wouldn't mind taking a go at the Krassendurps. That could be fun. You know what? I really have to think about that. There's so many people out there I wouldn't mind kneecapping. I don't want to, I don't want to go to prison for killing them, but I'd like to put the fear of God in them.
Oh, Cynic, I can't believe you remember that.
Prospero, has anyone told you you're an ounce of melanin away from being a sassy black woman?
You ought to see my hair, Sugar. I'm a little bit closer than that.
Data Wasteland says the Spank the Monkey Show. No, it's going to be called the Objectification of Jack and Monkey. Scrolling. Chat jumped, and I'm trying to find where questions are again. TLC presents the Jack and Monkey, an erotic thriller. I can't wait for those European countries to return all of the aid and military protection since they disapprove. Again, wrong title. And yeah, they're not gonna do that. And it's sure as hell not gonna pay the back shit that they owe for years and years or any. No, fuck them. Prosper, why do you give the finger to Monkey so much and so readily?
I think I explained that already.
I feel like she's just a little, you know. She's quick to anger. Because of
that's not anger.
differences in male and female anatomy that I'm not going to go into.
It's a reflex at this point.
Thank you, Sanguine, who says, why is no one worried that Scribe was just on a Stuka run? What? I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Where are we at here? When are we getting Prospero reading erotica? Certain people have needs.
Well, it ain't happening. I just end up laughing. I would end up laughing my ass off. I worked in a bookstore, and we used to take the bodice rippers in the back and read aloud from them, and just damn near wet ourselves. So
and people will want to listen to that too, so you can call it like Grandma's Story Time.
More like Nana's Numpties.
There you go. That works too. That'll probably make the British people happy.
Actually, that would be my segment on Twitter stupidity.
I was late, so I don't know if you covered this, but do you think Nancy and the 25th Amendment is to remove Trump, or do you think it's for Kamala to replace Biden? You know, I saw that theory going around today that this was about Biden. It's not.
This is thoroughly screwed up anyway, because the entire mechanism requires the 2/3 vote from both houses of Congress if the president objects.
Yeah.
And the president is going to object. This is moronic. It's as if they haven't read the goddamn 25th Amendment, and it's tiresome.
It's theater. It's just make a political point and bring the idea up that he's unfit, etc.
And they're going to have trouble getting rid of Biden because they need 2/3. And you know damn well Biden could be wearing a diaper, running around on the lawn playing croquet in front of the White House. They're going to be like, he looks fine to me.
See, I don't think so. That for the people who think it's to replace Biden, they don't need it for that.
No,
because they'll have the vice president, and it'd be easy if the cabinet wants Kamala to just go, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't need it for that. They would need it specifically for Trump, because there's no way in hell Pence would go along.
Yeah, but Biden, I'm not too sure, because what if Jill Biden really likes being first lady?
She desperately wants to be. She's already told us that.
Yeah, but all she has to do is pen the letter that Joe signs, and then it goes to Congress.
Yeah. I think that would they'd call that real quick. That's not his signature. They'd make him come out and do it, and at a certain point, there's just like, no, he's not a sound mind. What is y'all favorite color and drink? I like black and white, both colors kind of equally, and Diet Pepsi. Satsu, favorite drink and colors, quick.
I don't know. I like a lot of colors, and my favorite drink is sweet tea.
That's him saying he likes a rainbow. Satsu comes out of the closet on Lords of the Night. Scribbles. Color.
Cobalt blue and pepper jack.
Prospero.
Teal green, and right now, anything with alcohol in it.
Wow.
No, actually, unsweet tea.
Lush.
Unsweet tea with extra lemon.
Unsweet tea, and you call yourself a Southerner.
Look, I used to drink tea that my daddy and I did. Sugar would precipitate in the bottom of that glass.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
It's wonderful.
And I trained myself to get the hell off of it. But I will tell you this: I really like a good cold Coke once in a while too, like every damn day, because I take my caffeine cold.
Prospero, how about freshly baked buttermilk cornbread?
Sounds good to me.
There you go. Prospero, should we vote?
Absolutely, unless you'd like to hand me your portion of the franchise.
Satsu, will you make corn muffins topped with mashed potato gravy and chicken tenders?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah,
Why are you going to top corn muffins that way?
because it looks like cupcakes, and people are like, oh wow, it's you think it's cupcakes, but it's not. You get it? Yeah.
Couldn't you do that with any muffin though?
I mean, sure, but
Why you got to ruin a corn muffin that way?
I'd rather have a pork.
because it tastes better with savory shit instead of sugar.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to have a pork parfait instead. Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
Is that because there's three of us? She wants the pork parfait.
Wow.
No. Scribe, do you like pulled pork?
Yeah.
Do you like mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Do you like barbecue sauce?
Depends on the sauce, but sure.
Yeah, if it is pork, pulled pork, barbecue sauce, mashed potatoes layered in a cup to look like a parfait. It's actually
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's fair food. It's fair food.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
It's awesome.
pork parfait. Cree, is that what you give her?
No.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Cryptic.
That was the
thank
idea.
you. Did you hear about the party at the Chinese zoo? It was pandemonium.
Wah wah.
Prospero, are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Most days.
Would you try French fried taters with a side of biscuit and mustard?
With a
Why
side-
biscuit?
Biscuit.
Why biscuit?
Well, biscuits are good with everything.
Well, they are, but not with mustard on them particularly. I mean, French fries dipped in mustard are all right. I prefer mayonnaise.
All right.
Wait, real mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
Real mayonnaise.
Good. Take that, monkey.
It is gross.
That's why you think cereal ain't soup. Oh, Lords, why is Monk such a bad influence on Scribe? Monk has him saying Australian hello.
What?
What kind of hello?
I've said what now?
You say hello, apparently, like Australians. Apparently, I do too.
How do Australians say hello?
I don't fucking know.
Like with a U, like hello, that kind of thing?
I honest to God don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I occasionally use either one, depending if I'm typing it. But or good day, good day, mate.
Oh.
Crikey.
Satsu, when are you and me playing Resident Evil 5, 6, Revelations 1 and 2?
God damn. Who asked that?
Stun.
Why we got to play through all of them? God, I don't fucking know.
Understatement. Thank you. I'm friends with a donut that always brings flowers and candy on a first date. I think it's too much, but he's a little old-fashioned. Prospero, can you say, with God as my witness, I will never go hungry again?
It's as God is my witness.
As God is my witness, I'll never go hungry again.
I do declare.
But you know who made the retching noises? Vivian Lee couldn't make that sound, so it was Olivia de Havilland.
Oh, damn. Chat jumped a long way. Here we go. Prospero, will you please say truck and ring on my finger?
Truck and ring on my finger.
Oh, you ruined it.
Yes, I did.
I didn't tell you guys this one. We're going to end with this. The middle grandchild, Pumpkin, she's really gotten into this when people are going to sleep or something's going to sleep. Shh. And she'll tell you like, shh, Papa, sleep. Well, at their apartment, there's a frog outside. And when it gets quiet, she wonders what happens. And so they taught her, shh. Frog went to sleep. Except for she says, shh. Fuck went to sleep.
Oh,
Oh no!
It's the cutest little thing.
Fuck, went to sleep.
I wasn't ready for that one.
oh,
That's
bless
great.
her.
Guys, we're gonna wrap up here. We are not on tomorrow. We'll be back 9 p.m. Eastern time. No, we are tomorrow because this is only Friday.
Yeah. It's your night again tomorrow, Monkey.
We'll be back here on this channel 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night for more Lords of the Night. Prospero, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me. I had a blast. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so hella generous. I really do appreciate it. Scribbles, can they find you anywhere tomorrow?
Don't plan on it, no, but Sunday I'll be doing my AMA stream. I will be retweeting out the link to the video where you leave comments or your questions for that stream, and that'll be Sunday on my channel at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to that.
Satsu, other than our game stream right after this, can they find you anywhere, or are you just going to be playing with the baby?
I don't know. We'll see. Squishy usually gets off at 3 on Sundays, which don't leave a lot of time for me to really do anything. So just be expecting the usual game stream. If nothing else, anything else will probably be a surprise.
All right. Prospero, where can they find you?
You can find me on Minions of the Zoo at 11:30 this evening.
That is on the Minions of the Zoo channel.
Stargazer Nights has been kind enough. I almost said nuts. I am so sorry.
It is nuts.
No, it is not. It is Stargazer Nights was kind enough to be linking the Minions channel as well as my Twitter in her shilling.
All right, with that, guys, I'd like to thank Prospero, Scribe, and Satsu for joining me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Everyone have a wonderful night. We will see you next time.
Fuck out of here, you delinquents.
Bye, guys.
Not y'all.
Your lives make me